Episode 44, The Village of Golf, Gullane #1 review. The Village of Golf is how Gullane describe themselves, and I'm really not going to argue and disagree with that. The whole place was magical, with the golf club being the main stage for the dramas and tragedies that may unfold. More tragedies, I think. Everything about this place just feels like it was put there for the purpose of the golf course, and it's all the better for it. Now, before we carry on to tell you why we absolutely fell in love with this place, I've got to share that when we do look at the back-end stats of our podcast, that the majority of people listening to or watching the podcast haven't actually clicked or hit the subscribe or follow buttons. So if you could do us a huge favour, hit the subscribe button. I can't tell you how much it actually helps. It means we can expand our production, we can get better guests, and we get better opportunities, and we can continue doing this thing that we love.
You mean you're going to get better guests than me and Jim? Are we guests?
Your hosts,
technically?
Hosts, okay.
Yeah, I can't upgrade my hosts like that.
He is.
I'm stuck with
Yeah, stuck with us.
I think it's a bit of Potter, you know, he's talking about the mystery. It's like Macbeth, isn't it?
I'm stuck. I'm stuck with my host. Like, it's committed in ink.
Watch this. Monday morning, there's an advert on the top 100 Instagram for two new co-hosts.
Correct. Yeah. It's good. I'll block you guys first so you can't see those ads going out.
Send your CVs in.
But if you could do that, that would mean the world to us. But anyway, back to the episode. Now, I think I've just given a bit of a flavour of how we felt about Gullane. Now, Chris, maybe you can give your overall impressions in a bit of a nutshell to give Jim a bit of a flavour of what he missed out on.
Yeah, and I think the story of Gullane starts on the drive in, I think, doesn't it? Because I think it's probably the most spectacular drive that we've done and possibly that we will do, I think, in this top 100, in terms of you just kind of, you're driving just down a little country road and then you go past Lough Ness, there's a golf course there, and then all of a sudden you're in this little kind of like B road and you've just got golf course either side. You've got golf, and you're driving through and it's just, you just feel like you're part of the golf course straight away, don't you?
You took a wrong turn and actually were on the golf.
Yeah, we were on the 17th green at this point.
We did do a bit of a magical mystery tour around the car parks, didn't we, to finally get to where
we did.
needed to go.
Yeah.
So we were confused a little bit. But we'll get to that later.
But you're just kind of immersed in it straight away, aren't you? Because you're basically just driving through the course, right?
Yeah.
You're driving right through the middle of the Gullane, and you're like, oh my god, this is like golfer's paradise. It's just golf course after golf course down the coast.
Someone had a word with you, Chris.
About what?
Because you were adamant, and I've listened back to the review, the preview.
Yeah.
And you kept calling it Gullane, and you were adamant that you were going to do that. So did you get a telling off by Dylan?
We didn't get telling off, but we had.
You got an introduction into.
So we asked the
proper
question when we got there.
Yeah.
So we asked the question, and we were introduced to a couple of lady members
Put in our
who
place,
were very
we were,
much
mate.
put us in our place
Rightly so.
pretty quickly. Yeah. And there was no discussion of whether it was, it was just Gullane.
Yeah.
Nothing else is acceptable.
So it's
What I
been
found-
drummed into
It's
you.
been
now.
drummed into me now,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's got
Yeah,
Excellent.
I've got it now.
What I found
Got
interesting
it.
with that as well was that they sort of said, "Oh, if you're posh, it's Gullane."
Yeah.
And we're like, and then they went, "But it's not a seagull, is it? It's a seagull." And we're like, "Yeah, you're absolutely spot on. It's a seagull." But then I can't, I wasn't going to argue at this point at all because they were lovely. Those two ladies when they walked past us and they just like, gave us the time of day and all this kind of stuff. But
yeah.
I was like, "But what about the A&E at the end? Like that E changes the A sound, doesn't it, in normal?" But anyway, whatever. I digress.
We're getting into
like-
our children's phonics lessons now.
We're Gullane now. That's it. Yeah, trigraphs and digraphs and all this sort of stuff.
Well done, ladies. Well done.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It was.
Well, you want to ingratiate yourselves, don't you, with the members?
Absolutely, yeah. And Gareth Bale, who was playing
Absolutely.
two groups ahead of us.
So that was
yes,
so
you
that,
did
so that
say,
introduction to Gullane was like you drive down this beautiful road through the golf courses. You get there's these two amazing clubhouses, right? And you're just like, and you're in the village of golf, which genuinely has that exact feel. I think there's absolutely got nail on the head.
Yeah.
The village of golf just feels perfect, doesn't it? Because you're just in like a little. It almost feels like a little kind of cricket ground. You get like a village cricket.
Village
It's
green,
got that
yeah.
kind of feel, hasn't it? Village green. You're right on the edge of the little village, and then the golf course is just kind of run out from there. And it just, we said it, didn't we, when we got there? Like occasionally, usually you go and oh, this feels special, but then occasionally you go and you think this feels really, really special. And that was one of those that you just get out and you just like the hairs on the back of your neck are kind of standing up, and you just got that
Pretty
tingling
giddy, weren't we,
feeling. We
straight
were
away?
like, oh, this is gonna be this is going to be something special.
And I think because we knew that we were going to meet Dylan and have a chat with him and get shown around,
Yeah.
it just added to that extra little layer of like excitement.
But it's funny. I
know exactly what you're like.
Yeah,
You
I
said
was
this
like,
is
Chris, slow down.
But
I've
I
just
think-
gone past the Gullane sign. I need to take a picture of it.
But then I don't normally get like that. I'm normally a bit more kind of like, you know,
You're thinking about the round.
I'm preparing. I'm mentally
Whereas
preparing for the first
this,
tee shot.
This has got his camera ready to take
Yeah, absolutely.
photos of all
Chris
the.
screamed like a girl when he saw Gareth Bale.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. But you do just the B road in to Gullane is like the drive for the golf course.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like you kind of get there and it's like there's a sign that comes up that says Gullane, so I'm like thinking, oh great, and all of a sudden it was all like quick handbrake turn because that's the turn off for the golf course, and it's like one clubhouse on the left of the road and one clubhouse on the right of the road.
And you've got the little old pro shop, which is just it's the first thing you see as you come in. It's a really unique and special place, I think, Gullane.
It did. It felt like it was like everything just screamed golf. Yeah, in that whole place. Yeah. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
No, the confusion about the clubhouses actually does kind of feed into one of the things that we wanted to make. So Dylan was the sales manager and he sort of showed us around. So we saw the original clubhouse, which is called the Members Clubhouse. So we drove up to that and then went, oh, I don't think that's where we're supposed to go. Let's turn around, and then went across the other side of the road, which is a much newer facility. I think it's only like 10 years old or something like that. Like really new modern facility.
But they've obviously invested a lot in that area there, haven't they? So they've got the new driving range and they've got the clubhouse there, and it's really smart, and a smart new starters hut and stuff for all three courses.
Here's my first factoid from Dylan. So I didn't know this because we didn't really put it up on our research, but they're on a 5-year, or they're in the middle of a 5-year upgrading program, which was the new Links Clubhouse. So that was the one that we went to. That was the modern one. That serves Gullane number 1 and Gullane number 2. So if you're playing either of those,
2 and 3, isn't it?
Sorry, 2 and 3.
Yeah,
forgive me, 2 and 3. And if you're playing at those two courses, that's where you go and check in.
Yeah.
They also then off the back of that have a brand new starters pavilion, and I mean this is like
swanky modern kind of like
swank, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it was. I thought that was really interesting because there's a ton of history at this golf club.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they've got these two massive modern structures there, along with the driving range, which is a top tracer driving range as well.
Yeah.
Which you've got complimentary balls out. So that was one thing you do if you're playing. That's what you do. I thought that was really interesting. I think we said in the preview as well that it feels like a club that's not resting on its laurels. They need to serve their visitors and members well, and they're doing that.
And I think they've done that incredibly well.
Well.
Yeah, I think that's been money that's been well spent. It's been thought out, hasn't it? It's been done properly, and it just gives you. And I think it's that just kind of gives you that special feel when you get there.
Do you know what I really liked, Chris?
What's that?
When we were walking, all the walkways were really springy. Didn't really hurt your feet when you was like bouncing along.
Is that not just your new pair of shoes for the day?
Well, it could have been. Could have been.
I assume you were wearing new shoes for the day. I kind of lost the count.
Shoes became a bit of a theme, didn't they, for the weekend? But it was quite a. It's just interesting getting that contrast between the two things, and I think that was, the range and the short game area were great, weren't they? When Dylan was showing us around. And actually, one of the things that he did say was that their whole ethos towards their visitors are that they're members for the day. Now, a lot of clubs say that.
Yeah.
You don't know what that's actually like until you sort of almost meet somebody face to face. And this wasn't a polished sales pitch that we got. We were being introduced to absolutely everybody, and to a man, they were like, friendly, good Scottish banter.
Absolutely.
Everyone was a ladies' man, which was interesting.
Yeah, a lot of charmers on the workforce at Gullane.
They were great. We got into all the starters, and
it was brilliant, wasn't it?
It was such a friendly vibe and atmosphere.
Yeah.
We absolutely loved it. So the just going back again to the two clubhouses. So the Members Clubhouse, in inverted commas, is actually the clubhouse that you do go and check in at if you're playing Gullane number 1.
Yeah.
So if you do that road and approach, and you're playing number 1, go left, and there's a car park behind. And
swipe left for Gullane number 1. Swipe right for 2 and 3.
Yeah. Now we had a bit of a thing about 1, 2, and 3, didn't we? And it's like there's no names in the courses; they're just 1, 2.
Well, they do have the holes, but not for the.
Oh yeah, they do have names for the holes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't realise what you were saying there for a second. But they had this thing where it's like they call number 1 the championship course. That's everybody knows it as.
Yeah.
Number 2 was the champions course because it was designed by Willie Park Jr. and he was the reigning Open champion at the time. And then number 3 they call the gem of the club, and that's a much shorter course, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a fun Queen's course type kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And he, like Dylan said, that a lot of people come off that course, and it ends up being their favourite.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they're really, really
Yeah.
lovely.
And I think that's. I came away from there a little bit regretful that we weren't actually having the opportunity to play the other 2, because I said this on the way in, didn't I? I was like, I feel like every time we go to one of these, I'm just checking out where I'm going to retire to.
Yeah.
And I think Gullane is absolutely top of that list. Like if I were looking to retire somewhere and go and play golf, that would be the absolute dream place to do it, right? Three incredible golf courses. You've got Muirfield around the corner, like Lough Ness. Yeah, you just absolutely spoilt for choice.
What was it they called Muirfield as well?
Gullane number 4. That was brilliant.
Again, it gave you an idea of the kind of, just humour that everybody had about it.
Yeah,
and everybody was just like, golf course. This is it. That's our pride and joy.
So do a lot of the members actually live in the village?
Yeah, I think pretty much.
Don't know.
Yeah, because we were asking
him.
We were asking that, weren't we? We were saying, does everyone pretty much play golf in Gullane? He was like, yeah, pretty much. Because so next to the 3, there's Gullane 1, 2, and 3. There's also a kids course just like next to it, which is pretty much like the village green. And there's just this little kids course that you can just rock up, and the kids can just go and have a little hack around. But even that looked pretty stunning, didn't it?
Yeah, and it's like I think it's free for the kids, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's free for the kids to play.
Yeah.
And they can play whenever.
Yeah.
You don't need to be a member or anything like that. So
Imagine that just like a Friday night, and there's a pub just right next to it as well.
Didn't we? Yeah,
like the old clubhouse, wasn't it? Yeah, right next to it.
And it's like, but apparently, if kids go and play there, then they get a certificate at the end of it, so kind of get them excited about golf and things like that. And it's like when he told us that, I'm like, we haven't picked that up on anything on our preview. It's a great bit of info.
Yeah.
That gave it that whole homely feel to it as well. You knew it was this big American rotor golf course.
Yeah, but I'm not sure.
Experience of that.
I'm not sure I'd appreciate that it was fully part of that thing, but it was definitely our first experience of like full on, like just I'd say probably 60-70% of the people that were playing there were American.
Yeah,
all playing with caddies and everything like that. So that was our first kind of feel of that big Scottish.
Yeah.
So Glen Eagles wasn't like that.
Glen Eagles was kind of like that, but it was a bit less
bigger facility, wasn't it?
Bigger facilities, just more people. You got the hotel and everything. So you didn't. It wasn't quite as intense an experience. Like there's lots more people that weren't playing golf there, rather than it was just people there for golf. Lots of kind of American tourists on big buses, kind of coming in.
Yeah, the Vito vans.
The Vito vans.
All
yes.
And all got like Scottish golf tours written on the side and everything like that. And they just all been bussed around. So that for me was a completely brand new experience. I've literally never experienced that anywhere else.
Yeah.
It's not a negative or
no,
a
not
positive
at all.
in my book.
If anything, it kind of made it feel a little bit more kind of special, didn't it?
Glamorous, wasn't it?
You're kind of part of that big Scottish golf tour, kind of.
Yeah, and I'd never seen. I don't think anywhere we've been so far we've even seen that there is the option for caddies so far. So that was the first time I saw.
I mean, Glen Eagles, you could have a caddy, I think.
Could you?
Yeah,
Right.
I think
It was funny though because you sort of just it's like this gang of bibbed.
I felt like there was more caddies than players, isn't it? They're everywhere.
I was like, don't know what's going on here. This is a little bit strange, but yeah, I mean, it was great. Like I really, really appreciated that. Because it was just a different thing, really. But so we've got the kind of like feel of the club, and also the facilities in the Links Clubhouse for 2 and 3 are second to none. It was so nice. We had some food and drink afterwards as well, and it was really, really good.
Good club sandwich, or did you not have one?
What did you have, Chris?
No, I
did you have a
didn't.
burger? I
I think I might have had a burger afterwards. Yeah,
We all
chicken burger.
scraped in for food.
We literally got there at like 8 o'clock on the dot. Kitchen's finished, closed at 8. I was like, is there any chance we can get some food? He was like, "Come on, we'll put the order through, and if we hear any swearing from the kitchens in the back, then you know it's too late."
But again, like that, like we've obviously been and played Glen Eagles. And it was like service. This was like such a Scottish slant on the service, wasn't it? It's like we're telling you the right message, but we're going to do it in a nice humorous way.
Deliver it with a bit of
really
humour.
Casual, and it was great.
Yeah.
Now, with the service thing, there is something that Dylan has sent me, and I didn't know this that come through. But there's something called the 59 Club, and they rate the level of service at golf clubs.
Okay.
And Gullane has won the gold flag for the 5th year running now.
Right. Okay.
Which makes it one of only 70 venues around the world
Yeah.
to receive that award.
And that does not. I didn't know that until now.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
No surprise by that at all.
What you were saying earlier about you feel like a member for the day. I don't think you really feel like a member for the day. I feel like you feel much more special than a member. You feel like, I don't know, you just feel like the red carpet's been rolled out. Everyone's just there to kind of make your day the best experience you can possibly have.
Yeah.
And to a man, I think that's kind of the feel that we got, wasn't
even
it?
like because I'd spoken to a few people on the phone and stuff like that. And Dylan was showing us around like everybody. Like, he got on really well with everybody anyway. I mean, that's his job, I suppose. But
yeah.
everybody, head up for that 2 seconds. You're special right now in my working day, and then I'll carry on and do what I'm supposed to be doing. So there was that. That was like absolutely on point, but not like sickeningly over the top.
No, yeah. Just in like you say, in a kind of humorous, light-hearted kind of way. It was just felt nice.
We don't have a long drive because that was our drive up from Manchester that morning.
Yeah,
kind of
absolutely.
thing. So we just got this surge of energy really for the excitement for the golf course.
Totally.
So that was a little bit about the tour. A couple of things that did come out on the tour because we spoke about things like pace of play and stuff like that. So pace of play became a bit of a theme, didn't it, for the Scottish courses when we were doing our previews?
Yeah.
So they have pace of play ranges out there. So some of the starters that we saw, we did actually see around the course.
Yeah.
And they're just keeping an eye on you for keep it up, basically.
Yeah.
And you're going to love this, Chip.
Oh.
If it's really bad, they actually have a drone that they send up to see who's the guilty party.
Hurry up drone.
Now, you hear that, we better get a ring on.
Yeah, but luckily we didn't hear the drone.
That's where you get your 3-wood out and try and smash it.
Yeah, you just get an automatic hole-in-one if you hit the drone. But I thought that was wonderful, and again, they were having a good laugh and joke about it. They were saying, "Oh yeah, well, if you see him on the course, you're in trouble." All this kind of stuff. It was like, it was absolutely fantastic. And then another thing that I pulled out from what Dylan said was that, and I didn't appreciate this till we played the course, and probably we'll get to the golf at some point while we're eulogising about the level of service and everything else about the club. But he said something, and he said that this is all natural land that predates golf, and the golf course has almost just been laid upon the natural land.
Yeah,
and you will see that as you're going round. Now, we're no golf architecture connoisseurs.
Speak for yourself.
Okay, getting into
That's what he did when he was a teenager. We were all out.
Yeah. I was drawing bunkers,
designing
green
complexes.
Lovely. Well, misspent youth. But it totally made sense. As soon as you got to the top of the hill, you play 1 and 2 that are this side of the hill, the Gullane side of the hill.
Yeah.
And you hit Bernard Darwin's most beautiful place in the world
area,
top of Gullane Hill. And then you look down and you go, holy
Fuck.
Shit, that makes sense. That totally makes sense.
But I know we'd kind of done the preview when we'd looked at it, and I looked at it, and even when we were driving through, I was like, it's just like a little bit of a hill, and like there's a couple of holes up in it. I was like, it doesn't look that appealing or exciting. And when he said, "Oh, it's kind of natural," I was like, "Oh, yeah, okay, fair enough. I'll take your word for it." Proof will be in the pudding. But actually, going out there, it was just so well done. Like, it was so simple. Like, it didn't feel like it was overly manufactured or overly manicured, but just somehow the design of those holes has been there for hundreds of years. Right, was just absolutely perfect.
Yeah,
1 to 18. Like,
it wasn't a difficult course.
It wasn't difficult. Like, it was really enjoyable to go and play, wasn't it? Like, it was our first course on the triple header, and we played our best golf there, I think. But that's because it kind of gives you that feel that you can just have a little bit of a go at it. It's not too penal or difficult to look at the tee, but it's just beautiful. Yeah,
stunning place to play golf.
Just non-stop.
Well, we got Dylan gave us a lot of like this tee. I defy you to get up there and not get your phone out to take pictures. And I'll tell you now, even Christopher Gibbons got his phone out.
I did. I've
to
got
take
the
some
picture
pictures.
to prove
Wow.
it. I've now got
Is he-
3
is he a
pictures. I've
screensaver?
now got 3 pictures
From-
on
from
my
the-
phone now, Jim.
From the 13 golf
One of
courses we
them's my
played.
wedding. One of them's my child being born, and then the other one's Gullane number 1.
Which child?
Which child? Just the first
The
one.
first one,
The second's
obviously.
been ignored.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I know obviously we're focusing on Gullane number 1, but just one further thing on how they are looking to serve the visitors and the members
Yeah.
as they are, and they're not resting on their laurels, is that this continuing program of investment that they've got, they're now putting a new irrigation system on Gullane 2 and 3. So they're obviously trying to make sure that it becomes, and Dylan's top tip, now he's a sales manager for Gullane Golf Club, so his top tip is going to be the obvious one, which is stay in the village of golf and play all 3 courses.
But can you imagine it?
he's
If we'd done like, we were gutted, weren't we? Because it was quite late, and we
Yeah.
were like really what we want to do now is we want to go and sit in the pub, which is the old clubhouse, and we just want to go and sit on a few drinks, like walk back to your little Airbnb or whatever in the
Correct.
village. Like that'd be incredible.
Come
Next
back the
morning,
day, play again.
rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
Like that's an amazing
I
weekend.
mean, Dylan's been there for 13 months, and he was like, I can't.
Yeah.
It feels like the job was made for me,
Yeah.
and you could see just the enthusiasm's there, isn't it? And you can see
Yeah,
why.
yeah.
He must come to work every single morning and just go, this is a fantastic place
Yeah.
to work. And he's created, or the club as well, have created a culture where everyone's just proud of it, doing everything they can for their customers, that's their members and their visitors. And yeah, I mean, we can't really speak more highly of the welcome that we got and just how they were treating everybody in general.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
And the food as well in the clubhouse in Gullane number 1 was epic way to start the round.
Chowing down on a club sandwich while you're watching Gareth Bale. Stuff of dreams.
Okay.
No, the other thing as well is we were talking a little bit about the layout kind of thing, but it is all just either side of the road. Everything's either side of the road.
Yeah.
They've got one practice green that's for number 1, and they've got another practice green that's for 2 and 3. So it's like this 2 halves almost to how they've done it. And I think that's quite a nice thing as well, that you've got this, because number 1 is there, obviously the jewel in the crown sort of thing. That's a slightly different experience. Like you go in and they ask you, have you got a tea time at
Yeah.
on course number 1, and yeah, of course they'll sort of check it and let you know. So yeah, I mean, you took the majority of the following Dylan around because I was just like taking pictures and videos and stuff like that.
No,
So
I can't believe that.
Surprise.
yeah, and what a shock horror.
I know.
Is
So you
there
were given
anything-
20 minutes, weren't you, I think, to take your photos, or was that? No, that was Hankley Common.
Was it? Oh yeah, because of times and stuff. Yeah. Did you glean anything else from Dylan that you thought might? Be
Oh,
worth
there was
sharing?
lots of information. I mean, he was talking a little bit about the Scottish Open, wasn't he? He was saying that they had the Scottish Open there a few years before. They have the men's and the women's
Yeah,
in the
same year, which
is
was quite rare.
pretty incredible feat
Yeah.
to kind of do that. And he was saying that they didn't actually use the full 18 of Gullane 1. They'd used a couple of holes from Gullane 2, so that's kind of benefit of having 3 courses at your mercy, just to kind of make it the right length and challenge or whatever. And
Picky
logistics.
bits.
Yeah, number 2 was the pick. Yeah. Number 2 was the first hole, wasn't it? And I mean that's a tough
that's right.
opening hole to.
I love that second hole. Like it sets you up. So the first hole is quite a flat, straightforward part 4, isn't it? And the second hole, you just kind of go up. You go up the side of Gullane Hill, and it just at that point when you kind of finish the second and beautiful little tiny thin green on the second, perfect links start for me.
Yeah.
Like, boxes being ticked here, and then you get up onto the tee on the third, and you're like, now I
All
understand
makes
it.
sense. Yeah, I think we've probably teased everyone enough, haven't we? Let's get down to the golf.
Yeah.
I think I've written here that it was a surprise course for us, and I think when we did the preview with you, Jim, that one of the things that kept coming out was like, never heard of it, but it's highly ranked, like it's 58 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
The green fee is punchy.
Yeah.
It's in the 3. It starts with a 3 sort of thing, so it's right up there. It's on this trail of Americans going and playing, and then you get there and you start playing the golf, and then you go, now I understand. And it really was you said it. I wrote the phrase down. I wrote it as we were going round, and you said, I've suddenly this course has got me excited about playing links golf again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Like it was that perfect links experience for me.
Yeah.
Like it just reminded me of why I love playing links golf.
Yeah.
Like you could just hit so many different shots at every point. You've always got an option. You know, you can play a little run up or whatever. There's lots of options to kind of run up. I think West Lancs was the last links that we played, wasn't it? Before this
it was
one,
very flat.
which was just flat, but then there's like these big green complexes and like big drop offs and like that. That didn't feel like proper links to me. This was like proper links. Like you can hit the ball like 10 feet high all day, and that'll suit you well. That'll do you.
Everything was either uphill or downhill, wasn't it?
Right well, I mean, you're just playing
right downhill.
like it was just so simple, wasn't it? Because it's basically just one hill and these holes just kind of plotted around this hill. But they've used that land to such great effect. Like it's mental. Like it's so. I think it's the simplest course we've played.
Yeah, and actually, I think in terms of the golfing challenge, it's probably one of the
easier
more
ones.
Straightforward ones. Everything's pretty much laid out in front of you.
Definitely.
You can see it.
There's not loads of high rough or anything. You can spray it a little bit.
You can,
which is quite nice.
Yeah, it gives you a bit of encouragement.
Yeah. Well, we see that when we come to the scores on the doors, really, won't we?
Yeah, maybe.
And how was the weather, in fact? Because it was that was part of the heat wave, wasn't it?
Tail end. Yeah, we just. I mean,
it wasn't proper links.
It was a Scottish heat wave. It was
top 110 rolls into degrees. Town, Jim. It's like 35 degrees C. Everyone's in.
The clouds dissipate.
Yeah.
The wind dies down. You know, the sea opens.
The starters kept saying to us, they were just like, "You boys are lucky you're playing today."
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I can get it. And actually, with that, so the way it's done is we sort of again not quite giving the overt information, but you go up the hill. So one's quite flat actually.
Yeah.
2 goes up the hill, and then you hit the peak. T for 3.
Yeah.
And then that was actually
you just kind
of
wind your way kind of down the side of it and then back up it, and then it's.
And I've never experienced this either. But you get to the top of that third tee, and it's like, this is the whole golf course.
Yeah.
I'm thinking because there's a lot of places where you've been, and you're a bit like Royal Birkdale is you're secluded. You don't see anybody else. But yet you get this one. You could just see people around everywhere.
Not only can you see that, you can see the whole course, and you've got like this vast expanse of ocean, and then you've just got Edinburgh in the background as well, so you can see like Arthur's Seat and all that kind of stuff. And it's just like we were playing. What did we tee off at like 2-ish? Was it? I think maybe a bit later than that.
Yeah.
So by the time we'd kind of come back round, we're coming up 15, 16, like the sun was just kind of setting, and it was just
magical.
It was very magical, wasn't it? Like it felt genuinely special. Like I say, I took a photograph. That's how good it was, Jim.
It wasn't a good one,
actual photograph.
but he took a photograph.
Yeah, I mean, it's grainy as fuck and it can't be used for anything. But I took a photograph.
And his finger was above.
Yeah. My phone was upside down. But.
The most stunning view was from the 7th, wasn't it? Because that was like farthest outreach. You could see Muirfield to the right.
Gullane number 4.
Gullane number 4.
You could see the rest of the course to the left. There was the sea, and then on a clear day, definitely you could see Edinburgh, no problem.
Yeah.
And then look behind you, and you can see the rest of the course, and it was just like, wow, this is absolutely amazing. Like I think even if it was howling with wind and lashing down with rain, we'd have still got the camera out and gone, we've got to take a picture of this because it's still a stunning view.
Yeah.
It was
I think like we were pretty lucky. Like there was like no wind, but I imagine if it gets windy there,
there's no luck involved now, mate. Good weather's just following us around.
There's nowhere to hide there, is it? It's just a big fucking wind tunnel, essentially, side of a hill.
Now, I mean, I've written playable this course. It didn't feel like it was like a gobbler of your golf balls or anything like that. You don't need to go and get like 30 before you go out to play.
Yeah, because I think sometimes you stand on those tees and you just feel like you kind of get that nervousness inside you, like shit, I've got to hit a really good shot. You never got that. If anything, it kind of just it draws your eye into thinking, oh, actually, I can hit a good shot here. Like, it makes you feel quite nice and kind of positive about your golf.
Yeah.
So it didn't lull you into a false sense of security either, because
not at all.
You're looking at a course and there's actually one thing when you.
No, not at all. I think it was a really good fair round of golf. Really enjoyable.
Yeah, I think so. And I thought, sort of before we get to scorecards and stuff like that, but look at the overall flow of the round. You sort of hit that hill at 17. So you've done all of those holes from 3 through to 17, and then you're back on the top of the hill. And you look down, and then Dylan said this to us as well. And it's, again, you don't know until you experience it, and then it suddenly totally makes sense.
Yeah.
And he goes, our whole thing is you go out from the village, you go and have your little explore and your story that you've developed while you're playing golf. And then you hit the top of the hill at 17 and the village welcomes you back home.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah.
That did exactly that. At that time of day, like I say, the sun was setting behind us, so we kind of had like this beautiful sunset on the sea behind us, and then you're just kind of looking down onto the village, kind of playing right back down into it. And it was,
He should work in sales, shouldn't he?
He really should
Dylan?
work in sales.
Yeah,
But
he's got a good way with words.
but I think the course sold itself. To be fair, though, I don't
Totally.
think it didn't need a sales pitch from me because I totally fell in love with it, didn't I? Really, really.
Saying
loved it.
that, you'll be doing Dylan out of a job.
Yeah, sorry, Dylan. Yeah, you're done. Now,
But I think
And there's
so-
everything else that goes around it, of course.
Yeah, the one thing that I took away from it, and it's the village of golf, and it's been there for hundreds of years, right? But it just felt like I could imagine back in the day, just like almost that's how golf started. Just like, oh, it's just side of the village. We're just gonna like a kid would make up a game and just go, oh, I'll tell you what, let's just hit a ball to the top of that hill and we'll just play. We'll just make our own little game up and play around the hill. It just felt like
little weirdos, but
yeah, I mean that's what I did
Yeah.
with my childhood anyway. But it just felt like you were kind of feeling the origins of golf, which was kind of weird. But
yeah, I
it just felt
titled
like.
the preview "The Cradle of Golf," didn't I? And it's
Yeah.
definitely that area itself and
Yeah.
everything just got.
But you can just imagine how it would have started there, though, couldn't you?
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
just felt like it was ready made for that, didn't it?
And then it's when he did stuff like he saw Muirfield, and again I mentioned in the preview, but a lot of people I've spoken to in Scotland have said Muirfield is like the best Scottish golf course. It's the same parcel of land. It's like
Yeah.
it's literally next door. You've got Lough Ness, which is right there, and they all had that same thing. It was like loads of land, loads of wide open space, and then there's just this clubhouse plot, and I was like, that's the start of that golf course. And it was like, wow, like, we sort of driving around. Like, there's more golf courses than
people.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was a stunning, magical place to play golf. So we probably should get to the golf, I suppose, shouldn't we?
Sure.
So we said about the third, that was our signature hole,
It was indeed.
challenge.
So it's the part 5.
and that was going to be net. It was a net competition on that one.
Yes, it was.
Didn't need it. Chris actually just gross birdied it.
Gross birdie, mate.
Straight up, stood up there and birdied it. And what was
Absolutely
great
smashed
was
it.
you smashed a massive
Smashed the driver, 9-iron in.
We had a group of
Easy
3
peasy.
Americans right behind us, all with caddies when he did it, and it was like, absolutely not. Yeah, it was. I mean, my drive was horrific, but we'll move on from that.
No, let's not.
That was the signature. Yeah, I got 7, even with my shot. That was
7?
terrible. But again, it was like there was nothing. You could spray it there a little bit, and you'd have a chance of finding your ball. And
Yeah.
you'd have a shot.
Yeah.
After that,
You could. Yeah.
it was fair. I think it was a right side of challenge.
Definitely.
Slightly more forgiving than some of the others you've played recently.
Definitely.
Yeah, he didn't at all didn't feel like he was beaten
demoralise
up
you, did
at
it?
all. Like it felt completely opposite. You felt like you were encouraged all the way around, which was a nice feeling, I thought.
Yeah, and we started well, didn't we? Because I started with a par, you started with a bogey, so it set us off, which was quite rare actually that we both set off well on the first hole.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
usually one or the other is having a disaster. And then we hit the. So then the side bet was par 3 challenges
It was.
on this one. What did you make of the par 3s at this golf course, Chris? You're our resident par 3 expert.
Good question. I think probably not the most spectacular set of par 3s we've had, but equally they were all really good par 3s.
Were they all elevated greens or elevated
necessarily.
tees? Because
Um,
obviously you are playing up that hill.
There were a
and then back down
couple
the hill.
that had big dips and they're decent carry. We weren't playing off any whites or anything. We were playing
No,
off
we
yellow
were just playing for
tees,
yellows,
so
yeah,
it's like, there's no point making this more difficult for us. It's like a stupid thing to do. We want to enjoy the golf, but there were a few that you had to carry dips and things like that. But there wasn't really much by way of a huge amount of danger there. So if you did get
No.
a bit of dip, it was like
you might be in a bunker or whatever, or yeah.
Yeah,
you'd have a chip on.
there weren't loads of bunkers around greens and things like that.
Yeah.
But I think even off the yellows, it felt like you need to give them a good clip to get them to the
Yeah.
green. So
I think so, yeah.
I mean, we scored well on the par 3s actually. So the first
I think the
one,
par 3
both got pars on the very first one.
yeah.
On the second one, which was the 9th hole, we both got a 4.
That was a beautiful par 3. That was a lovely par
Which
3.
one
That
was
was
that
the one
one
out towards
then?
sea, just after I'd nearly
Oh,
been
it
decapitated
was.
by a ball from behind.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Chris nearly died.
I nearly died.
Yeah, that would have been an interesting drive back home with Lucy and the kids.
Yeah.
Sorry, girls.
Top 18 in one.
Yeah, didn't really get a shout either, so it was a bit. Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
oh
we're
dear.
a bit miffed, but it all's well there. as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
It was fine. But that was a beautiful par 3, and that
It was
did
really
have a
nice,
few
like
bunkers
straight
on
out
it,
into the
didn't it?
ocean almost. Yeah.
And it was like
It
the
was
bunkers
lovely.
weren't like all just around the green; they were kind of like at different angles. And
Yeah.
you walked up to you and oh,
Yeah, nice little short par 3.
Interesting
I
one.
really enjoyed that one. It was my favourite
Yeah.
of the pick.
that was a nice one, wasn't it? And then the 13th, That one, it's a stroke index 15, but you got a 4, I got a 5. So I don't even remember what happened on that one particularly. But no, I do know which one that was. That was the one that it was after the hole that Gareth Bale had eagled.
Oh yeah.
And it was
that was the one where I fired one to the ladies' tee, wasn't it? Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was.
And then nailed one in. Did I make a 3 there or a 4?
You got a 4.
Oh, we
but
got a
you
4.
made a good recovery.
I made a
from
good
there,
recovery. Yeah.
Common theme. And then the last one was the 16th. That was quite uphill. That was a 177 yards on the yellows all the way uphill.
Yeah, that was a nice hole actually.
You hit a cracking tee shot.
I did.
Actually, yeah, you know it was close at that point because I was only one shot to the worse off than Chris, but then he got 3, I got 6. So move on.
Smashed him again.
Yeah, it's
What's the scores on the doors for that, by the way?
So
Aside
Chris did the par 3s in 14 shots, 4 par 3s.
Okay.
I did them in 18. This might have put Chris 6 up, I think. Yeah, I think this put Chris 6 up.
With,
in fact, it did.
What,
after having
85
played
to play?
30.
30. Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. So, do you have any holes in there that you would like to say might be a Dream 18 or not? Is there anything that jumps out at you? And if not, why not?
I think the 17th. I think that playing the 17th back down the hill into the village is pretty
Interesting
special.
hole as well, isn't
It's an
it?
interesting
It's
hole.
quite downhill.
It is quite downhill.
And then there's 3
Yeah.
finger bunkers, I'll call them. They're just fingers that just come right across the fairway before the green.
And it probably wasn't one of the best actual golf holes on the course, but just that view from up there where you look backwards and you've just got this beautiful sea. You can see right over the ocean, and then you look down right into the village, and it was just
And we hit that at golden hour as well.
We hit exactly
which is
the right
always a
time.
magical time to play golf anyway.
Yeah.
So it's almost like it was perfectly planned.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
So yeah, I think that definitely goes in there for me.
I've got the
17th.
17th down as a Dream 18.
Yeah.
At the minute, so I do that. Where do you? Maybe we could talk a little bit more about the golf. Actually, you played pretty well, Chris.
Definitely my best golf for the weekend.
Do you know
wasn't
what you
it?
shot?
I don't know what I shot now.
So you went out in 41,
Okay.
which is pretty good, and you basically went. Let's have a little look. What did you do? You went bogey, double, birdie, par, bogey, 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 par, bogey, bogey. So you're playing decent, probably to your handicap as well, because there's probably decent stroke indexes in there. And then you had a double, and then you've gone again like par, bogey, 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 par. So you've kind of
it was steady.
Out in 41, I went out in 48, and then you came back in 46.
Right. Okay.
Give you a total of 87, which is 16 over par.
I thought it would have been better than that actually. Interesting.
Yeah, I think there might have
just
been
lost a few shots.
I
loose
think
ones.
we sort of semi-switched off the last.
I
2
think we did. I
holes.
think when that sun started setting, we were like, "Fuck, this is that." We kind of
Yeah.
switched off the golf a little bit, didn't we? We're like,
I think so.
this is a special place to
Also,
be.
we have to say, our thoughts did turn to. We really need to figure out where we're going to eat. 'Cause
Yeah,
we were starving.
We
at
were
this
like,
point,
yeah.
weren't we?
We're like, I reckon the kitchen's going to close at 8. We need to crack on a bit. Yeah.
So I don't think.
Hurry up.
Well, I was saying this. I got a 5 and a 4. I've got a bogey and a par. Last ones, but so it's sort of but that downhill helped me with that.
Yeah,
I
actually,
got a load of
I
rolling,
finished
so-
terribly, didn't I? 17, 18 was pretty awful for
6
me,
and
wasn't
6,
it?
not
Double
not
sixes.
great.
So what was your
I
final score?
was 49 back, so I was 97 total, 26 over. Now I think my handicap adjustment, Stableford points, so I got 29 points. Chris got 30, so we're there or thereabouts, aren't we?
Yeah.
So pretty decent, I think. And I thought it was a really, really fair test of golf. There was nothing in there that's like devilish, and you're going to come off and go,
No.
this has wrecked my day.
Yeah.
In fact, you're only going to go, I want to play 2 and 3 now.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought when I came off. I was like, I'd really like to be staying here and play those 2 and 3.
Yeah.
It'd be a great weekend.
Those fairways were amazing to hit off, weren't they? They were just crisp, like just lovely contact every time. Yeah, it was a lovely place. I think you'd have quite enjoyed that, Jim.
Yeah, I think it'd have been a good one for you, Jim.
Yeah, I know. But there you go. One thing
I'll come up with you when you do number 2 and 3.
Yep.
And 4.
Well,
Maybe not 4 because it might be a bit too challenging.
Dylan was very kind to say anytime you want to come up and play 2 and 3, you're more than welcome. So we will definitely take him up on that.
Yeah,
offer,
definitely.
And we should look to try and stay in the village if we can and
Yeah,
afford the Airbnbs there.
For sure.
One thing that I did pick up on, and I thought I was going a bit mad when I took the picture, and then I've listened back to the preview, and I was right to do so. I'm glad I did. So, do you remember I pointed out that ballot box to you? That Dirleton Golf Club ballot box?
Yeah.
So, Dirleton Golf Club, we put in the preview, it's Dirleton Castle Golf Club, sorry, plays over the Gullane Links. That's so as a club. So, a lot of clubs, places in Scotland do this. So, like, we're going to be playing Carnoustie in October. Carnoustie Links is the course.
Yeah.
And there are a number of clubs that then
Yeah,
play
a link to that. Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing with Gullane as well. But Dirleton Castle Golf Club is the oldest golf club in existence.
Yeah.
So that I'm glad I got a picture of that ballot box. And it's amazing that it was just
kind of in the corner,
on
wasn't
the
it? Yeah,
floor.
yeah.
And I
on
was
the floor,
like,
yeah.
I'm sure I've heard the name
Yeah, I
before.
feel like
That
this
was
should
well
be
in the
more
preview.
special than
so I'm
that.
really glad I took that picture. I've been sending Dylan round to go and take a quick snap of it.
I mean,
and-
to be fair, Nish, I mean, anything in that clubhouse has got a
If it wasn't-
95% chance of having you take a
yeah,
picture
if it
of
wasn't
it.
nailed
so-
down, I was taking a picture of it. I mean, it is
Not
worth-
stolen, by the way. He just means take a picture. So
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you say nailed down,
It is worth mentioning that old club, the Members Clubhouse, the number 1 clubhouse, was beautiful.
It
Wasn't
was, yeah.
Like, it
Like, the
was
entrance is pretty grand, isn't it? Like, you just,
Yeah,
it's nice.
it was lovely in there. They had a
But it
lovely
didn't really
display.
feel like a golf clubhouse. It just felt like more like a. I'm not really sure what it felt like, but it didn't really feel like a golf clubhouse. Did it? It felt more grand than that in some way.
Yeah,
It's like a big old kind of Victorian villa kind of vibe.
it's quite rare that you get everything split level.
Definitely not Victorian now.
No, but it's just a beautiful,
But yeah,
people, yeah.
yeah.
absolutely beautiful place. So yeah, but is there anything else, Chris, that you feel we might have missed that we should let our avid listeners who are now going to subscribe to our podcast and
Yeah.
we'll ask them to do that? Yeah, have we missed anything out there? I really
don't
want to do it
think
justice.
so.
I think it deserves it.
I think we
this
just,
club.
I think we went in there with reasonably not low expectations, but didn't really
no
have
expectations.
that much in the way of expectations. And I think we just came away just totally like wowed, weren't we? We were gobsmacked by how much we loved it.
Blown
Like, it
away
was
by
just
it.
such a good day, wasn't it?
Absolutely blown away by it.
Yeah.
I think the key is really where it ranks
Yeah.
Yeah.
on the courses played thus far
Yeah.
as part of this challenge.
I'll let you go first, Chris. What do you think? Where does that?
It's getting
slide in?
getting more and more
It's very
difficult. This
difficult
gym.
for you know, for
Even
obviously
just to
remember.
even just to remember the ones that I've played. Never mind where they
Which
rank
where was
against
that?
each other.
But I mean, this one seems to have stuck out quite a lot in terms of the overall experience.
I think definitely up there. I think if we're grading it on kind of everything, the whole package, it's definitely it's up there for me, probably in the top 5 that we've done so far.
You right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
what,
so.
What are you? Where are you? Saying what you're saying is around. Maybe what's good to say now is because this is 13. This course.
Yeah.
What other courses? What courses is this keeping company with in your informal rankings?
I think there's a batch of things that I was less impressed with.
Yeah,
There's
just
kind
like-
of 4 or
yeah.
5 of them, just like,
Yeah.
it didn't come away going, oh, I love that.
Mhm.
There's a couple that I came away going, fully in love with those. And then there's a batch of 3 or 4, I think, in the middle that I was like, oh my God, I absolutely love them. And they were just really, really great courses. I think it's in that batch there, kind of like Hunter
Yeah.
Common, Hindhead, those
Yeah.
courses in there that I just loved. Silleth, I think, is probably in that little batch.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to lose his Cumbrian tourism badge, does he? Just doesn't want to lose it. Let me back into Kendall, please. Do you think they like tag your car or something? It's like, have you been slating Sillett?
No, it's just his ankle.
Yeah, so it's pretty high. It's I've not really kind of, since we've done that little Scottish trip, I've not really gone away and digested and
Thought
sat
about
down
it,
and
yeah.
actually kind of worked out new rankings, which I probably need to do. But it's definitely up there for sure.
What have we played that's proper links so far? Silleth, Gullane,
Aberdovey,
Aberdyfi,
St
also
David's.
Those, yeah.
West Lancs.
West Lancs, yeah,
West
you're
Lancs.
right. SNA,
SNA, yeah.
probably done 6.
Done
haven't
quite
we?
a lot of
6, 7.
Linkses,
This
yeah.
is my favourite links course.
More than Silleth.
100%. That for me
This
is a better
podcast is over.
Yeah. Why do you think I'm sat here now? This
Is that why? Oh, that's why we've got Jim
That-
between us.
that-
Is it
that's
again?
That's my favourite.
Your favourite?
Because it had a mix of a lot of things to it, so not just the golf.
Yeah.
Like I've got to look at this also from a point of view, and this was prompted by a comment that somebody made on TikTok, and they sort of said
was after you did your dance.
After I'd done, yeah, that's it. It was upside down dance or something like that. But I'd done a little, like it was a minute review with all the pictures, and it was about Gullane. And somebody commented, and they just went, "Oh, it'd be interesting to know if you think it's worth paying the green fee." Like I said, it starts with a 3, the green fee at Gullane. So you've got to look at it from that point of view, haven't you? And just go, actually, now we said it's great value for money.
Yeah.
It? It's always like, the amount you're paying for that now.
Yeah.
More and more as you're playing other places and paying the green fee.
Yeah.
You go, wow, that really was fantastic.
Yeah.
Value for
Less than
money.
100 quid. Mental.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
But you look at it from that kind of point of view, you go, okay, if I'm spending that kind of money, like you kind of do want the fineries, you do want to pick up some tees, you do want to get a good starter who's got a good bit of banter. You want to get a top tracer range, you want complimentary golf balls on the range, you want showers that are amazing to go into, you want beautifully presented
you're absolutely right. I think if we're just looking at the course, I'd say I prefer Silloth. If you're looking at the whole package, I think Gullane sits above it. But I think it's probably the second favourite course for me in terms of the links that we played. Yeah. A pretty close second to Silloth, to be fair, as well.
Yeah.
And I think with everything else that surrounds it, it probably, when push comes to shove, I think it would probably sit above Silloth in terms of experience.
In terms of golf experience for you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I thought that, like you said it right at the outset, that felt like that's like golf. That's original golf. Yeah. Like it's just a hill. Yeah. And let's just go and put some holes out there.
And whack a ball into it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. And it was at that time, it would have been hard enough anyway, because we've seen what those golf balls are like, and we've seen what those hickory clubs are like.
Yeah.
That's hard enough as it is. We don't need to trick it up with X, Y,
Yeah,
Z,
and it was needed. It wasn't like that at all. It was very simple, natural. Yeah, but just excellent.
You can have fun there, couldn't you? I think you could go and have fun at that golf course.
And you did.
We did. We had a great time, and actually, we scored well. I think 87's a cracking score. I think that's one of your best for a while. I think that. But 87.
My golf has gone pretty shit, hasn't it?
Yeah, you hadn't played pretty. You didn't call yourself a glory at Hankley Common.
I mean, that was some of the worst.
It was good to kind of consign that to
the
history books, wasn't it?
It was better than that crap.
Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, Westline. Yeah, 95 at Westline. It's like a horror movie watching looking at these scorecards. Some of the
It's not great, is it?
Yeah. Anyway, let's not dwell on that.
No.
Let's focus on the fact that this is an absolutely magnificent golf facility. And totally understand why it's so much on that rota now.
Yeah.
People going and
for
playing
sure.
and it's the cradle of golf. It's where it all started.
Yeah.
You got the granddaddy Muirfield next door, and it's just
You'd be great if you're playing up there and playing some of those courses. You'd be mad to not go and play Gullane, I think.
Yeah, it's got to be added to your list of places to go and play.
For sure.
And with the facilities that they've put there as well, you're not going to go there and just go, I'm a bit disappointed. You will just come back and you will have had a great time.
Yeah, for sure.
Notwithstanding Gareth Bale playing in front of you. But yeah.
And outscoring you probably by quite considerable.
Well, he
didn't sound like he played very well, though, did he?
He didn't play very well. Then suddenly the rumours started spreading that he'd got an eagle birdie back to back, and we're like, okay, here we go.
Yeah, he was pretty slow, to be fair. He was holding everyone up at that
the
point.
drone above him.
Yeah, the drone was circling around Gareth Bale's head.
Do you know what? I've got to say something as well about that. So just as a very, very short aside, like there are certain people who Gareth Bale's pretty bloody famous.
Yeah, we were saying this, weren't they? Like some people you spot in the street and you're like, oh, I feel like I know that person. Are they from telly? Yeah. But like Gareth Bale, you just walk around the corner and was like, fucking hell, Gareth Bale's there.
Well, we were just driving up to go to the car park and just like glanced right and went, fuck, it's Gareth Bale, like window down, everything, like full lot. So he must have known we were walking through, like, sort of thing. But you also get a feeling for people, don't you, just by looking at them sometimes. They just seem like a nice bloke, actually.
Yeah, I mean, he was just with his mates, wasn't he? They were almost on a bit of a golfy tour, like he was just having a bit of a laugh. I don't think he was having a beer, but they were having a few beers and obviously going on a little Scottish golf tour.
Did you drink on the course? Or did you adhere to the rules?
Jim. Of course we didn't. We didn't know.
Just checking.
We're sticklers for rules, Jim.
Yeah,
and, we respect that.
Well,
and
unless it comes to using
I couldn't. Do you know what? I couldn't do it to Dylan. He was such a nice guy. I couldn't do that. But we bumped into him on the course because he was going out a couple of groups after us. So he was like, "Are you having a good time? Whatever." And he's like, "I'll leave you to it." Whatever. And then as we were leaving, he was like driving past us, and again, window down, like arm out. Did he have a good time? Oh, so glad you enjoyed it. Looking forward to hearing the review. And what a top guy he was.
Yeah, it was. He was
What
a
a
good
top
bloke, wasn't
guy.
he? Yeah.
So we will have on the video version as a reason to watch it. We will have some footage interspersed of Chris's backside going upstairs and stuff like that. As
I mean, if that's not going to get the people in, then why, isn't it?
sex sells, mate.
Absolutely.
That's
Going
it.
straight in his OnlyFans after that as well. Isn't it?
Only one fan.
I've already set it all up. It's all good.
Oh, and the concrete towers.
Yeah, we saw the concrete.
World War Two.
War
Was
Two,
it?
yeah.
We did see that.
We saw them.
We saw them. Yeah.
But again, I'm so
See?
glad we did the.
I told you it was an important fact, Jim.
But if we wouldn't have done that
You would have just walked past it, right, and wouldn't have thought anything of it.
you'd have just gone, "This is a bit weird."
Some-
What
yeah,
have we got
there's
that there for? But
yeah,
actually, it was
yeah.
like, "Oh, okay," it's a thing. So I feel like our previews are adding some value, even if it's just to us. Wonderful, thanks, gents. I think that was